Have you ever heard the old saying, it's not about intensity, it's about consistency? As professionals, we know that fundamental aspect to our success is that saying. It's how consistent we go, not how hard we go for a short burst. It's always been about building accumulation of success over time. So our bodies are exactly the same. They're not built for short burst action to get results. That's not training, that's trauma. And the same way with our eating habits. We don't go on these burst diets to ever get permanent results. So, here are my top 4 tips on how to stay consistent with your dieting. How's it going, guys? Troy here from FitTRAC Coaching, where we help busy parents and professionals over the age of 40 get stronger, healthier, and live better lives simply with the power of habits and consistency. So if you like content like this, be sure to subscribe to this channel where you'll be always up to date with whatever we roll out. So let's talk consistency. Let's talk how to stick to a nutrition goal. Now, the first thing you gotta do is plan and prepare. You know, the old cliche, if you plan to fail by failing to plan, something like that, you know what I mean. Know in advance the type of foods and the science behind those foods, calories and the macros, before going into the diet. And once you kind of have an idea of what you're trying to do and why you're trying to do it, go ahead and pick a day, probably in the earlier part of the week, to prepare foods in that plan. Now, instead of having to cook and prepare each meal as the meal comes, mass produce one of the meals a few days in advance. More times than not, that meal's gonna be lunch. Instead of packing up one lunch to take to work, you will pack up a week's worth of lunch and take them day by day. What this does is it removes a barrier of entry. You will not have to worry about it whenever you do get hungry during the day and it's lunchtime. You won't be stuck at work thinking, oh shoot, what restaurant do I go to, or what food do I make if I'm working from home. You'll have it already prepared there, and you can already tack on one win in your entire process. Now, a bonus step, if you have more time, go ahead and prepare another meal that you want to remove the barrier for. More times than not, it's breakfast. Figure out a way to make breakfast on the go, and when you're able to do that, now you got 2 meals down to the day, breakfast and lunch, and all you gotta do day by day is to make your dinner. Less things to worry about, you're planning, you're preparing, and you're gonna be a lot more successful. The second tip is to flavor the heck out of the foods you eat. You know, old school diet culture, air quotes, discouraged us from using oils, flavors, salts, spices, because it came from the roots of competitive bodybuilding and physique, which these people are wearing nothing but bikinis and Speedos, showing off their muscles under a lot of oil and some dark stage lights. So getting that paper thin super shred, yeah, it required a lot of stringent dieting. But for us busy professionals just trying to live healthy lives, it doesn't have to be that extreme. Meaning you should add a little bit of healthy oils and healthy salts and healthy spice profiles to your food to flavor it and so you can enjoy it. Remember, we're playing a game of consistency, which means you'll more consistently be on this diet if you actually enjoy it. Lo and behold. So the only caveat is I would be a lot more aware of the sauces you use. Sometimes the sauces you enjoy have a lot of calories per packet, so be mindful of the serving, and with those flavor packets, a little goes a long way, always. Now, when you're on some sort of diet or eating plan, you definitely want to incorporate your favorite treats into the plan. You know, once again, diet culture calls it cheat days. I like calling them treats, and I like calling them part of the plan, because it ain't cheating if it's part of the plan. So what I mean is, if your plan never tells you to touch cheesecake ever again, or, you know, pancakes are completely wiped out of the table, you definitely want to reconsider that plan. Remember, every successful plan has to answer this question as a yes. Do I see myself eating in this fashion at least 85% of the week for theoretically the rest of my life? If the answer is no, you definitely want to reconsider the plan, because even if you get results from the diet, the results are not permanent. So when you get off the plan, you're going to possibly lose the results you gained. If it's a weight loss goal, you're probably going to gain the weight back, for instance. So if the plan has the foods you enjoy, both healthy and sometimes not, you're going to stick to it longer and you're going to be more consistent with it. Finally, last tip, let's just say the plan went out the window. You ate either more food than you anticipated or types of foods you didn't anticipate. Maybe you drank more alcohol. Maybe you had other situations where you just veered off the plan. Promise me, you will not punish yourself. Please don't punish yourself. Seriously. No extra workouts, no punishment burpees, no diet police telling you what the sentence is for the food offense, no burning off what you ate. Now, yes, a lot of weight loss based diets are calories in versus calories out. So if you took the calories in, theoretically, you're going to have to burn the calories out. It never works that way. For one thing, you probably won't burn the amount of calories you took in. It's just no way to measure it accurately and no way to do it enjoyably. And for another thing, this sets a very bad precedent, and it is, in some younger populations, a catalyst for eating disorders. Now we're a little bit more seasoned, we're past our 30s, so the likeliness of us suddenly growing an eating disorder is a little more slim, but it can happen, and that's the last thing we want any of you guys to do, is create an eating disorder out of a diet. So if you do veer off the course, always remember one thing: you are one workout away or one healthy meal away from getting right back on track. And in the grand scheme of things, if you stay consistent with your plan, the little blip that may have happened will not matter. Definitely be good to yourself. That's the way you're gonna win. Now, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have different questions about eating habits and what diets to take on, we do have extra videos about that. And if you have any specific questions, hit us up directly. Hit the notification bell if you want to stay up to date completely with our content. Remember, here at FitTRAC Coaching, we get stronger together. This has been Coach Troy. I'll talk to you soon.